up in here. We are live. Oh boy, here we are. Look at us. Who'd have thought? Not me. Oh, let's see. Let's fix this camera just a bit. Boop, 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 boop. All right, we are live. 7 o'clock, like always, every Friday. I will be doing this. So if you don't know already, welcome back to a live stream of The Lead. Your host, as always, Harley Dugan. Like I said, we'll be doing this every single Friday. So if you haven't, check out my YouTube channel. Check me out on Twitter at TheLead_HOU. Also on Instagram, do a bunch of editing, mostly by my social media guy, at Danny G. Leo. Make sure you check him out as well. What's going on, Paul? And yeah, my Instagram is at TheLead_HTX. Got a few topics I want to discuss. And Texans, Rockets, Astros. I want to start off with the Rockets since they are fresh off of last night's another loss against the Kings, and it was very sad. Not really anymore. A lot of people are like, how can y'all still watch the Rockets? They're losing. And I don't know. I like sports. And that's just a very general statement. But first things first, before I talk about the Rockets, I do want to get into my previous video, what I did about Mark Ingram. And a lot of people did not like my video. A lot of people were harsh and said mean things about me. And I only posted one picture. If you don't check out my Twitter, but I did post that one picture. That was only one fan. There was many fans. You have the underbelly of the beasts on Facebook. Reddit is absolutely horrible as well. The fans are just vile villains. It is ridiculous. But I do got one thing I want to say to those people in the words.
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants.
Nobody heard that. I don't give a damn. Literally, that is just what I want to say right now. I do not give a damn. If you don't like the damn video, unsubscribe, dislike it, and keep it moving. I mean, if you don't like it, no problem. DJ Amazings, can I call in? You know what? Hit me up. Go ahead and can I call in? Go ahead. I have not even. Oh. Am I still live? I guess I am. I don't know if I'm still live. Whatever. It says I'm right now. This is when they want to do that. Cool. Anyway, let me see. Anyway, let's get back to it. You want to call in. Don't have your number. I understand that. Here. You can text this number, 832-793-3508. If you want to get a hold of it, 832-793-3508. That is the number. I'm going to type it in. Here we go. That is the number. If you want to text in, then text in. Let me know what your thoughts are. I don't give a damn. I'll do it like sports radio too. I don't care. Text in your thoughts. Call. If you got anything to say, let it be known. Let it be said. Let it be done. I do not care. I have no problem with people voicing their opinions as long as you just don't cuss every other word. Because if you do, then you will be dropped like a RKO out of nowhere from Randy Orton. Okay, but let's get back to what I wanted to say. First things first, like I said earlier in this video, I do not give a damn if anybody doesn't like the video. If you don't like the video, that's why there's a dislike button. There's also an unsubscribe, and you don't have to watch me every single person ever again. You don't have to. We can keep it moving. Let's move on with our lives. It's easier for me and it's easier for you. Why do we gotta keep this hate going on? Second, I want to get into the Houston Rockets because they're fresh still off my mind. Rewatching their highlights, watched it twice, watched the game last night against the Kings. What's up, Louie? Watched the game last night against the Kings, and overall, the Rockets, look, a lot of people say they're tough to watch because they're losing. Respect. I understand it. It's tough to watch a losing team. They're still my team at the end of the day. And whether or not, like the Texans go 0-16, if the Astros go 0-162, which will never happen, and if the Rockets go 0-82, which will never happen, I'm still going to be a fan. Inject Houston Sports into my van is what I do because Houston Sports is the only option in this YouTube channel. So let's get into it with the Houston Rockets. The first things first is Kevin Porter Jr., that's the big guy. That's the big name every fan was excited to see. And, boys, we got a double-double. We got 13 points. We got 10 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 steals, got a block shot. So, overall, initial thoughts on Kevin Porter Jr. You got a guy that right now is a backup point guard on this team. And he's going to be playing the 2. I understand that. But right now, he's going to be a backup point guard to a John Wall, which I have no problem with. You need a backup point guard. No offense to Sterling Brown, but actually, take that back. Bunch of offense to Sterling Brown. You're boring. Take that as what you are. Anyway, Kevin Porter Jr., overall, look, when he was in the G League, he shot 32% from the field. Last night's game, he was 1 for 5 from the three-point area. Hopefully there's something where he can improve his three-point range. He worked with John Lucas. He has a great relationship with him, and that's one thing I do want to say is John Lucas has great relationships with guys that have just a bad past or whatever, or any type of streaks on their history, whatnot. And he talked about it and said that him and John Lucas have a great relationship. He knew him beforehand, and he was very excited to come to the Houston Rockets because he knew what he was expecting talking to John Lucas and getting here with Steven Silas. And I'm excited about the future for Kevin Porter Jr. What we saw last night is what the Rockets had been missing. We were missing somebody that was a playmaker, someone that was a shot creator, someone that can kick. Drive and kick. That is basketball 101. You want to break down the defense, you drive the ball to the basket, and you kick to one of your shooters. Now, yes, the Rockets are one of the worst teams right now in three-point percentage, and it's bad. It's not good. It isn't, but that will come along. That will get better as due time, okay? As long as you can get the ball and the person has a wide open shot is a lot better than a contested jumper, right? I'm dropping some Clyde Drexler knowledge right now. If you score 120 points, you might win the game. That is Clyde Drexler 101 knowledge right there, okay? Basic facts. So overall, Kevin Porter Jr. was very exciting. The biggest thing, though, after the game and even before the game was the PJ Tucker saga. And that was fun. And I tweeted it out last night. Steven Silas, get the wheelbarrows out for our man Steven Silas. Because, my goodness, Steven Silas pulling out the big balls against PJ Tucker. Dude, I was excited as hell. The dude was, it was fun. Very fun to hear him talking. I mean, I wouldn't say shit to PJ Tucker, but I will say that it wasn't very nice what he was saying. I'm going to just say that right now. DJ Amazing said that he just texted me. Are you, let me see. Nope, that's not you. Oh, no, I don't got nothing, brother. I don't got nothing. I'm waiting. All right, back to it. The PJ Tucker saga was absolutely fun to look at as I was going to say Texan fan. As a Rocket fan, as a Texas fan too, why not? As a Rocket fan, because like I referenced, Steven Silas pulled out the wheelbarrows and talked his noise about PJ Tucker. And I'm going to get here real quick and find the exact quote. I was under the assumption that he was going to play tonight, and he didn't play. That was disappointing. Disappointing. Look, PJ Tucker is one of the most boring players to watch in the NBA. Without James Harden and Chris Paul / Russell Westbrook, he's obsolete. Like, he needs a superstar to make him do something, because obviously, A, he can't drive to the basket. B, he can't do nothing with the ball in his hands. C, all of a sudden now he's afraid to take a corner jump shot, which that is the bread and butter. And PJ Tucker is still one of the best corner 3-point shooters in the league. And I don't understand why, as soon as you get the ball, you give it right back to the person you received it from and then set a screen. I can literally do. I've seen guys in the YMCA that got better game right now than a PJ Tucker. Let's be real as hell, boys. Real as hell. I played in the YMCA. I got more game right now than what PJ Tucker is doing. And PJ Tucker, if you watch any of my videos, all offense. There is no offense. There is all offense to you. So, and yes, DJ Amazings, that is the number. Oh, no, I didn't get nothing. So shoot up another text, possibly. We'll see what happens. First things first. Next thing, actually. PJ Tucker, there was a span of 5 games where the dude averaged like 3 points a game. Pass me with that stuff, man. Pass me with that. Here we go. There we go. All right, no problem. I will. Cool. DJ Amazings says right now, I'd love to do a podcast with you. I am a YouTuber as well. I have a fan page of almost 45,000 members on Houston Texans fan page. Cool. I have no problem with that. No problem with that whatsoever. I mean, I don't mind doing that. So hey, I'm always down for more people to watch, more people to join. I'm at 280 subscribers, on the road to 300. So, hey, I'll hit you up after this video, DJ Amazings, and I appreciate you watching me, my man. But next thing is Mason Jones is back, boys. Let's get it. If nobody knows me, a few videos way back, I was extremely high on Mason Jones and KJ Martin. KJ Martin, I think, can be a really good Trevor Ariza, Robert Covington. He needs to make sure that he expands his 3-point game, for sure. But defensively, he looks like he can do his thing. Right now, he reminds me of KJ McDaniels. And if he does what KJ McDaniels continues to do, he didn't stay on the team very long. And I think KJ Martin has a similar skill set at the moment, but he's 19 years old. Granted, to KJ McDaniels, who was like 22, 23 years old. So there's 4-year difference in age right there. And I think KJ Martin not only is bigger, secondly, plays a lot harder. Thirdly, he needs to improve his jump shot. I did see him make that 3, and that was very exciting to see. But Mason Jones is back on a 10-day contract with the Houston Rockets. They have only like 8 bodies coming up for this Jazz game, so it's not surprising to me that they signed him to a 10-day contract. Whether or not he comes in back as a fully contract guaranteed deal, I would love it. Sign him to an infinity years, okay? Who cares? But overall, Mason Jones, what has he done for the Rockets? And it hasn't been much. A lot of people overrate Mason Jones, and I love Mason. I love him. I'm the first one. I got video on him and KJ Martin. I did edits? No, English? Excuse me. Edits on them, and they both liked my editing on my Instagram page, which was absolutely awesome. So I'm excited about Mason Jones. But I do think, Oklahoma City Thunder, breaking news, Waj just traded Amidou Diallo to the Detroit Pistons for Svi McCulley in a second-round pick in 2027. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, Mason Jones overall didn't in college into his pro game, he's very hesitant. I need to see more athleticism from him, and I need to see how he can create separation as a ball handler. Those are 3 things I need to see Mason Jones get better at. That is a problem he has, because in college he was extremely aggressive. He always got to the basket. He led the SEC in free throws attempted and most fouls committed. So he tailors his game to James Harden, that's who he likes, well, then you need to be more aggressive. And that's number one thing I need to see from Mason Jones, because he's got a really sweet jump shot. He's somebody that has a lot of potential, but, the NBA game is so much different than college game and as well as G League game. So hopefully he does take them next steps and reaches that potential that I'd love to see one day. Moving on, though, from Rockets basketball, we're going to be talking about the Astros, and then we're going to wrap it up with the Texans because there's a lot of news coming out with the Texans. Astros right now, Robel Garcia, nobody knows who the hell that is. He just hit a solo shot. Absolutely amazing. Dude's a really versatile player. And no, not in terms of Texans, in terms of Astros, which is a good thing because you think of Marvin Gonzalez, you think of Aledmys Diaz, Abraham Toro, whatever you want to take with that. But Robo Garcia is another guy that's a young prospect that we have, and is a guy that can play all over the diamond. Hit a solo shot, Oppo Taco, by the way, give me that, into the left field. So just another guy that the Astros got down there that a lot of people should be looking more into. They did made a few cuts today, not cuts, but letting go of people off of the spring training roster. I know one of them was Alex Santos, and I forgot the other guy's name. It's blanking on me. I didn't write it down. That's a bad move on my part, guys. But we had a Jaco DeRizzi signing officially, so that's exciting. Overall, the 1 through 5 pitching staff, starting pitchers, I'm still confident. I'm still very confident. Yes, versatile. Very confident in, just because look, on paper, I'm excited. Is it better than Framber Valdez? No, but I'm not going to be crapping on the 1 through 5 starting pitching that the Astros got right now. They're very much set. Their bullpen looking very solid. I love Joe Smith coming back. He had a really hell of a game. Excuse me. Another person, Ryan Presley. Ryan Presley looks absolutely amazing. We're going to get to see a little bit of Anoli Paredes. Shout out to my boy Anoli Paredes. And so we're going to see a little bit of him coming up in these next few spring training games as well. Ryan Stanek was pitching today. I didn't get to see what he was doing overall. What do you think of the signing of Brandon Ingram and Christian K? I wish the Rockets signed Brandon Ingram and Christian Kirksey. That's what I assume. Maybe it's Christian Kirk. I don't know. But overall, I will talk about that a bunch later. And I'm still wondering, Brandon Ingram, look, I love the Rockets to get him. But I don't think the Texans signed Brandon Ingram. But Christian Kirk, I would like that too. But I think you mean Christian Kirksey, Pablo. No worries, my man. Hey, I'm sorry. If you're going to say, you better type correctly in the chat because it's going to be aired live. It's going to be aired, okay? So make sure you chat correctly or you will get roasted live by courtesy of the lead. Okay, back to the Astros. Oh, man, I lost a viewer. That must have been Pablo. Excuse me, Pablo. Excuse me. Excuse me. I hope I didn't. Anyway, back to the Astros. So what I was getting at is 1 through 5, I'm happy about. Bullpen, I want to get to that in a bit. 1 through 7, the hitting. We got everything right now. 1 through 7. I mean, Paulo just got roasted. Yes, he did, Paul. 1 through 7, the Astros batting lineup is great. I mean, 8 and 9 should possibly be. That was mean. Yeah, it was. 8 and 9 is possibly going to be Maldi and Miles Straw, or however they want to do it. If they do want to have Straw lead off, or Carlos Correa, who, by the way, went 3 for 3 in a leadoff spot in about 2-3 games ago. So that was absolutely great to see. Roped a single, drived in 2 runs. Correa looks like he's ready. And the rest of the Astros look ready for the 2021 season. But are they missing something? It's a point that I want to get into is, are the Astros missing something right now? Because, hey, we live. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we are, Angus. You just missed that roast in the Pablo Villa Gomez. You just missed it, buddy. Anyway. The Astros overall, what was I getting at? I was getting at something. Damn it, Angus. I was getting at something. It is not your fault. It is mine. There we go. So the biggest thing, are the Astros missing something? And look, I love Ryan Presley. That's who I want to get into, though, is whether or not Ryan Presley is going to be your closer, and he's supposed to be. And, they've already announced it. Like, they've put it on their social media, everything. But is that what we expecting? Is Ryan Presley to have a really good year as my closer? Like, I don't know how much confidence I have in that. And it makes me wonder, it really does, do the Astros have a problem in the ninth inning? Are they going to have a closing situation problem? And I think it's a legitimate question just because of what we saw last year in the 60 games with Ryan Presley as a closer. It wasn't pretty. It was not good. And I still believe Anoli Paredes is going to slide into that closing spot role, especially if he has a really damn good year, which I'm expecting from you, Anoli. I know, because sooner or later, Anoli will get on this channel. I'm telling y'all right now, and that is a guarantee. If any Astro fans are in the chat right now or watching, Anoli Paredes will be on this channel. I'm guaranteeing it. I don't know when. He's seen all my texts. I text a lot. He can roast me right now, but I'm just going to let that slide for a bit. I do think he is going to slide into the closing role situation, but I think it's a problem that, yes, sir, that the Astros have at the moment. I think hitting-wise, you're going to be solid. I think Straw's going to be the center fielder for you day one, and then somewhere during the season, if Pedro Leon is everything he says he is, and he's just banging it out there in the minors, in Double-A, because I think he should start out and possibly Single-A and move up fast to Double-A, and then maybe Triple-A since it's now in Sugarland. Sugarland Skeeters, shout out to the Sugarland Skeeters. I'm going to be watching a bunch of games in person. Yeah, I said that. And so I think Leon could eventually take over to be that center fielder of the future for the Houston Astros. And what better number to have than number 4? What better number to have than number 4? Yeah, I said it. I don't give a damn. I love you, George Springer. I hope you have the best career in Toronto and everything. But once you face the Astros, once you face us, I will. First of all, I'm going to be there live May 5th. Oh, no. Is it May 7th? I think it's May 7th. I will be there at that game. I will be watching. I will get my fat ass up, and I will applaud my man, George Springer, as they play that gorgeous tribute video. I will have a single tear, possibly 2, going through my eyes as I watch George Springer. All respect to George Springer for everything he did for the Houston Astros. But Pedro Leon, I'm excited about. And Ruben knows this. If anybody knows Ruben from 713 Houston Sportscast, he knows I've been extremely high on Pedro Leon. So that is overall what I wanted to say about the Astros, because they're amazing. Rockets suck. Talking about another bad team. Ooh. My girl said, "You still have my card, right?" Yeah, I do. I forgot to give it back to her. Anyway, I will talk to her later. Anyway, Rockets tanking for Cade, ranking for Cade. Watch it now. You don't want to get roasted, Angus. Rockets ranking for Cade. Look, yes, are they tanking for Cade? Yes. Are they fading for Cade? Yes, they need to do that. To me, that is just, it needs to happen. It needs to. Believe me, it needs to happen. But I'm done talking Rockets. I'm done talking Astros, because Rockets are just, Astros are just great. And the Texans had a lot of news today in terms of signings and a lot of stuff coming out. You had the David Coley press conference. You had him talking with Jim Trotter, where he kind of got a little loose and maybe slipped a few words about the potential Deshaun Watson Texans saga. And one of it was him saying that Deshaun Watson is a Houston Texan. And yes, that was like a broken record. We heard that over and over and over and over. It was just as bad as seeing David Johnson last year continuously run up the A gap with Tim Kelly / Bill O'Brien / anybody else. But I digress. What I wanted to get to is, look, let me text her real quick because she's upset. Yes, you have your Cash App, girl. Calm down. Yes, I'm sorry. I'll make it sound better. That way I don't know. We don't have a couch. So anyway, back to the Texans. Yeah, David Coley had a little bit of a slip up in the Jim Trotter, in his little Jim Trotter interview video with David White. I think that's how you say his name. He's from NFL Network. That's what I always see. But overall, a lot of just whatever with his press conference. But I wanted to harp on him slipping up on words. And it was, Deshaun Watson's going to be a Houston Texan. I already said that. Next thing was for the foreseeable future. That's what he ended it with. And I was like, whoa. Wait a minute. And look, as fans, we all know Deshaun Watson is going to get traded. And look, it's a tough pill to swallow. It's, but I don't think it is anymore. I think we've just all accepted it at this point. I don't think there's nothing to be like, oh, darn it. Well, there goes Deshaun Watson. I mean, I used to like that number 4 running at the quarterback position. Look, I mean, let it be said, let it be done. Trade him, wash your hands, move on with it. I'm at that point right now. It's over for me. But David Coley slipping up and saying, hey, Deshaun Watson is a Houston Texan. He's still on the roster. And then ending it with for the foreseeable future. And then I believe the Texans went, damn it, Coley. You had one job. You had one job. And it wasn't to mess it up. It wasn't to fuck it up. And David Coley went, oh, I'm sorry, Daddy Easterby. I mean, Nick Casario. I'll do better next time. Well, you got next times in the next 15 minutes because you got a press conference, buddy. And that's all he said. They could have asked David Coley, hey, how's the wife and kids? Deshaun Watson's a Houston Texan. I mean, they could have asked him anything. Hey, David Coley, new head coach of the Texans. Are you excited Deshaun Watson's a Houston Texan? Goodness gracious. Yes, it looked like he was going to press out in that presser, Angus. And Easterby. I don't want to get into that anymore. Easterby. Ugh. What does he do? There we go. There we go. And if Easterby's watching, a quick shout out for him. But Good Morning, man, I didn't see Good Morning Football. I love watching some Good Morning Football. That's one of my go-to morning shows now. Is some morning football. But yeah, they were grilling Coley. Yeah, I mean anybody can grill Coley. I mean it's not hard to do. You don't have to cook. You don't have to have any culinary arts to be grilling David Coley. I mean, we all seen that multiple times on different platforms, whether it's ESPN, Pat McAfee, the NFL Network now, and all over Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, the underbelly of the beast, everyone. Okay, so you don't have to have any culinary art skills, any degree to learn how to grill David Coley. I mean, my goodness, you talk about a goofball. Yeah, pretty much. He's just a yes man. And look, I feel bad for David Coley. I really do. I mean, respect to him. I feel bad for the dude. I hope, in all honesty, I hope he proves that, hey, I'm a head coach. I don't see it happening, but I hope he does prove it. I hope he does. I hope they win at least 6-7 games, and maybe not if we have Deshaun Watson, because then we don't have picks. But we will have a pick next year. But okay, I digress. I'm talking to myself as I talk to y'all. That is me talking and internalizing my mindset. But yeah, that is one thing I wanted to say about Coley is just him slipping up and then going into the press conference, and all you saw was that broken record, like I referenced, of him going, Deshaun's a Houston Texan. Deshaun's a Houston Texan. Deshaun's a Houston Texan. A little bobblehead action, I mean, my goodness. So next thing, though, and to get into something more positive with the Texans is they've made some moves. Do I agree? Do I disagree? I mean, Mark Ingram. Depends on how they use Mark Ingram. That's the first one I will talk about. It depends on the utilization of him. Overall, just looking at him, he's, I've already done a video on him, but I will reiterate what I said in there. Good team mentor, guy that developed the young running backs. He understood his role in Baltimore. He's a really good what? I'm losing the word. He's a really good guy in the locker room. There we go. That's what the Texans love, right? They love signing those type of guys. But I do think Mark Ingram is helpful for the whatever this locker room is with the Houston Texans, because I mean they can't just be like, all right, let's go play on Sunday, guys. Like, let's go. I'm ready for practice. Like, you can't be like that, knowing and hearing the chirps and the rumors of your starting quarterback not wanting to be committed or even setting his foot on the field at NRG with the Houston Texans. Like, I mean, I know if I'm I know if I'm somebody like Charles Omenihu, I know I'd be mad or upset or kind of just wondering, hey, what are we going to do this coming year? Or someone like a veteran like Bradley Roby is like, man, should I want to be here? Like, what's going on? And then you got a guy like, Vernon Hargraves. It's like, I preached the good Lord's name. And he got re-signed today. If nobody knows that, Vernon Hargraves did get signed today, re-signed by the Houston Texans. I have no idea why. If they, I guess the bleach in their eyes of Phillip Gaines and Vernon Hargraves combo wasn't enough for them. You get to see more. And I was wrong earlier. He did not play Will Lovie-Smith, by the way. Will his talent unfold in a Tampa 2? No. Hell no, it will not. Like, come on, let's be real. One thing I will say about Vernon Hargraves? No, English. Vernon Hargraves, one thing I will say about him, and I wanted to say something positive, but there isn't. There isn't anything positive. Say we keep signing guys in free agency that don't make them unable to trade Watson because of cap. Yeah, trying to understand your question. Yeah, the deal is I don't understand what fans' expectations are. I mean, we could have negative 10 million in cap space, and people are going to be like, go sign the best defensive lineman right now because I said so. Like, no, that's not going to happen. It don't matter if you were negative 10, over 60, under 60. Like, you still got to sign Ricky. Oh, okay, I see what you're trying to say. Look, there's still some cuts to be made. Overall, looking at last year, in what does rookie contracts, like, what is a value for rookie contracts to take on under cap? You look at the Jets, their draft picks overall took $13 million. And they had high draft picks. They had first and second round picks. And at the moment, we don't have a first or second round pick. So we have nothing but 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, and 7s. And you already know Jack Easterby wants to trade those 6s. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Again, if we keep saying cap is a myth, then we can't just stop it all the way to the point of, well, we can't get any of these draft picks we're about to get. No, like, keep the same viewpoint. Cap is a myth. You created about $23 million in cap space, and you signed some decent guys, so it is what it is. But the next guy they did sign is Christian Kirksey. And I did not do a video on him quite yet. I don't think I will, because I guess I'll just break it down for y'all in the live video right now. Christian Kirksey's here to be a Mike linebacker. That's where he had his success with the Packers and even the Browns in some cases when he was played there. He had bright spots as a Mike linebacker and a traditional 4-3 Tampa 2. Let's get into that first. Comedy and sports equal Harley. Look, man, y'all don't know me, but all my friends watch, and all my friends are like, bro, you're not as funny like on your videos, man. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to say. I mean, there's a lot of videos I do, guys, and I have to edit out like all the stuff I say because I can't have this extra fluff in my videos, I mean, YouTube doesn't like it. I can have a video where I only talk for 3 minutes, but it's like 6 minutes because I'm adding just roast sessions of players and going off tangents and different things. So there's a lot of editing on my part that I do all by myself now. And shout out to @DannyG Leo. Make sure y'all follow him on Twitter. If y'all got any of your editing needs, anything, hype videos, banners, profile pictures, whatever you want, hit him up. I'm going to drop it in the comment section @DannyG Leo. Who is this? Oh, Cade Cunningham just beat Baylor. Oh. Anyway, Cade Cunningham just beat Baylor. So that is what my dad texted me right now because he just must have just watched it. I didn't even, man, I forgot they were playing today. Damn, I did. I wanted to watch that game. My goodness. Priorities. Anyway, I was going to drop something in the chat. Oh, @DannyG Leo, make sure y'all do follow my man. The dude is absolutely amazing in editing. If you haven't checked out my Instagram page, he's done everything. And you know, he just gets what I think in my mind, and he just makes it 1,000 times better. So, you know, and he does charge, okay, but it is absolutely worth it. Danny Leo actually is an amazing editor, and he's the one that did all my video work, all the Photoshop video editing. Now, all my hype videos are not me. That is still Danny, and he does an amazing job. If you haven't watched George Springer tribute video, make sure you check it out. The only one I did do was a hard one, and that was absolutely horrible. And I tried. It was my first one. But he is currently working on 2 projects for me. And one of them, of course, is the JJ Watt tribute video. And second one is an Astros hype video coming soon for the upcoming season. But let's wrap it back up to the Texans, okay? Christian Kirksey. Who is he? Guy that has some injury history, okay? So that's a little bit of a problem for me. But 1 year, $4.5 million, I believe it was. The guy's going to be your Mike linebacker. You're going to have Cunningham with him. And now the biggest question mark is who's going to be your will? I believe it's the will. Yeah. Who's going to be your will linebacker? I think I'm wrong about that. Anyway, who's going to be your will linebacker? And, you know, the connections are made right away with Kyle Van Noy. Kyle Van Noy is a guy with the Patriots, you know, also Detroit, who had Matt Patricia as a head coach. And he, you know, your will linebacker is usually a guy that's more athletic, more rangy, can do a little bit of both, whether it's pass rushing or whether it's in coverage or, you know, just a little bit of both. In a typical 4-3 Tampa 2 defense, the Mike linebacker is going to drop extremely back up deep into coverage where because exactly that's what it's going to look like pre-snap. It's going to look cover 2. So right away, the quarterback and over the middle is always going to be open in Tampa 2. So hopefully there's adjustments from Lovie Smith. But usually your linebacker drops deep into the middle and creates sort of a cover 3 kind of alignment that you see from Matt Eberflus. Of course, Eberflus does a lot of different adjustments and all kinds of pre-snap movement. His corners will do different things, and one will play a trap corner while your other safety plays deep into that range. And so once you see, oh, okay, it can't do that. Oh, I can't throw it over the top. Danico Autry's on my ass. There we go. So that's one thing that Matt Eberflus does extremely well is he's adjusted a lot with a Tampa 2 system. A lot of people don't know he runs that, but yeah, he does that. It's not your typical Tampa 2. And yeah, Lovie needs to study Eberflus. Look, Lovie Smith, and the one thing he thrives on is pass rush. And look, every defense thrives on pass rush. Like, that's nothing new. But that's really his bread and butter when it comes to defenses. And look, I understand. Chicago Bears also had Brian Urlacher, a Hall of Fame middle linebacker. Lance Briggs, who's like right up there as well, another all-pro linebacker that can, you know, be considered borderline Hall of Famer as well. So you had those 2 guys, and it's easier said than done, but those 2 guys did their amazing job at the linebacker position for Lovie Smith, and he had a lot of pass rushers. And one thing that I want to see from the Texans this year is Ron Rivera, who was under the Chicago Bears staff with Lovie Smith, and ended up going to different places, ultimately landing that head coaching job with the Carolina Panthers. But he had a similar scheme to Lovie Smith, but a multiple front style defense. Of course, he had a 3-4, 4-3, predominantly played a 4-3 though. You know, and again, it starts, with him having Luke Kuechly. He's got Thomas Davis. They end up getting Shaq Thompson as well. Like, yeah, that's extremely helpful. But the one thing I like focusing on is the rotation of pass rushers. If you have fresh legs rushing the quarterback every single time, it's going to be easy. Like, you had Mario Edwards. Oh, Charles Johnson was another one. Oh, man, I'm blanking on names. But they had a bunch of edge rushers and pass rushers, just rotating door of them, where as soon as one was not even tired, just building up a sweat. Let's rotate this guy in. And that left tackle and right tackle are like, oh my God, man. Damn, I'm getting a workout today. Unless you're the Chiefs, they don't carry those positions no more. But I digress. The Texans need to have a similar system. I need to see a rotating door of pass rushers. And you got Charles Omenihu, you got Jacob Martin. Whether or not you want to pass rush, Grenard. I don't know what Grenard. I'm still wondering what Jonathan Grenard's place is on this team. If they want to play him at a will linebacker position in a 4-3, I don't know if that what he can do. He plays hard. He's got that bull strength, and it's somebody I do want to see rush the quarterback at times as well. So Chiefs paid Mahomes to get killed this year. It's not looking pretty for them. And look, now I will say this: the tackle class, in the draft class, the tackle position is extremely deep. So if they want to address the tackle position in the draft class, which I think they're going to do with the second and third rounds, like, they can find themselves two suitable replacements. And look, it's not ideal to have rookie tackles, and there's going to be a learning curve, of course, but that's not going to be pretty. You imagine the Chiefs, like, let's have their first game be high, Tyler. High. Anyway, let's have the Chiefs' first game be the Chargers, and let's have Joey Bosa. Do they still have Melvin Ingram? Yeah, I believe they do. I think he re-signed. And let's have Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram go against that empty position tackles against the Chiefs. Another thing with Patrick Mahomes, Coney Ealy. Oh, yeah. I think that was another guy for the Panthers, I believe. Yeah. Thank you, Paul. Somebody contributing. Anyway, I forgot my train of thought. The empty position tackle by the Chiefs. Yeah. So ideally, two left tackle and a right tackle being at the rookie position. That's not good for the Chiefs. But overall, Christian Kirksey, I think it's a solid signing. He's pretty solid in cover situations. Nothing to go crazy about. Is he better than McKinney? Yes. Yeah. He has better awareness and more speed than Bernard McKinney in coverage, and he looks like he knows what's going on a little bit in coverage situations. So hopefully, that translates onto the field. Again, he does have an injury history that, but who is next to be signed for these Houston Texans? That's the one thing I want to see is who else do they sign? Because it seems like they are targeting, and we all seen it, that 1 year, let's just have a guy for 1 year and see what happens. Is it a sign that maybe Deshaun Watson comes back 1 year and tests the waters out with the Houston Texans? Because overall, and it's like every week Texans Unfiltered mentions this, is, well, Kobe Bryant came back to the Los Angeles Lakers, and he had a bunch of disgruntled effect and everything. And look, that was around 2004 to 2006. It was a little ongoing process. I mean, I believe it was Stephen A. Smith he was on, and he said, I'm not going to be a Los Angeles Laker. Last I checked, he retired, and his numbers, both of them, are in the rafters, So, and rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. That's one of the greatest two guards to ever play the game, by the way. Second to Michael Jordan. In my opinion, whatever y'all want to say, y'all can drop it in the comment section. But I keep seeing Texans Unfiltered, like every week they will say that, and I agree with them. No disagreement there whatsoever. I just, man, And NFL is so different than the NBA because the players in the NBA have so much say. They can just do whatever the hell they want, pretty much. They can demand a trade whenever and then get traded the next day. So NFL is going to be extremely different, whether or not he was with Sam when he said that. Yeah, okay. So yeah, the NFL is extremely different than the NBA. Is nothing that I'm saying different there, But overall, is Deshaun Watson, I believe, does get traded on draft night. I believe it's going to happen. I think somebody's just going to get sweaty, man. And what the biggest thing right now is pro days, and the one thing I do want to talk about, Texans not having nobody at Trey Lance's pro day. And then you look at the Seahawks, and they had 3 guys. The max number of guys you can send to someone's pro day is 3. And the Seahawks sent 3 guys to scout Trey Lance. Not Trey Lance, to go to Fargo, North Dakota. To go up there to that ugly ass state. No, but I mean, if anybody's watching of course, nobody's watching from Fargo, North Dakota. They don't got no Wi-Fi there. Come on, Harley. Like, you send 3 guys there to watch North Dakota State. It's not to watch anybody else. It's to watch Trey Lance. And the Seahawks sending the max number of guys to go over there and watch them, that's very eye-popping to me. It's very interesting. It's something that I'd like to keep my eye on. And are they getting that itchy trigger finger, that sweatiness, the sweaty hands? What does Eminem say? Palms weak or palms sweaty, knees weak, arms heavy? Oh, drop them rhymes, boy. Drop them bars in here, guys. Come on now. Are the Seahawks gearing towards a Russell Wilson trade just because of them scouting Trey Lance? If they like him enough, that's very entailing to me. And the Texans, I think, not sending nobody to scout Trey Lance is the actual opposite. They are just in full confidence that Deshaun Watson is going to come back with the Texans, and he's a Houston Texan. We heard the broken record over and over in the press conference. But I'm sorry. I just think at the end of the day, draft day is going to happen. Draft night's going to come upon us. And I really do think, I really do think you got Jets or Dolphins going to have them sweaty palms, them itchy trigger fingers. And I just think his agent is David Agent. That's for Justin Fields. I'm not sure Trey Lance. I don't even know Trey Lance. I don't know who Trey Lance's agent is. I know Justin Fields' agent is David Mulugeta. David Mulugeta. Anyway. So, oh man, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, no, I do think teams are going to get sweaty in that draft room. Now we are actually going to have a draft room for, all NFL teams. They're not going to have like this where you're at home and you're like, all right, Sean McVay's who was it? Cliff Kingsbury, his bachelor lounge got 6 bad bitches in the back. You know what I'm saying? Got 6 bad bitches in the yacht. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my goodness, Cliff Kingsbury, his shit was not. I think it was Cliff Kingsbury. His stuff, my goodness, that house was gorgeous. Woo, Cliff. Look, man, when you get fired this year, when you get fired at the end of the year, man, make sure you invite me to one of those parties. Boy, ain't nothing better than a house party, guys. Ain't nothing better than that. But I digress. Next thing is, I do believe that it's going to get sweaty in the lobby. I do believe it's going to people are going to be like, oh man, there's going to be a lot of rumors going around, whether they're fake, whether they're real. It doesn't matter. On draft night, people are just going to get irritated, sweaty, and then itchy trigger fingers could happen. And I think the Texans officiate a trade, whether it's with the Jets, whether it's with the Dolphins, or whether it's not, they go with the Dolphins and then they trade back with the Panthers and gain more picks. We're going to be like Thanos with picks, like, come on, man. That would be absolutely awesome. I would love to trade down, but Brian Burns and Jeremy Chin would absolutely love them to be Houston Texans. if the Panthers offer both of those guys, let's say 4 first-round picks, 3 seconds, 2/3, and whatever else, that's a trade offer I'm definitely taking a look at. And if people are, questioning the value of Deshaun Watson, you're absolutely leave the live stream. If you're questioning the value of Deshaun Watson, please, you don't know nobody knows the value. So that's why we know that a Deshaun Watson, who is arguably a top 5 quarterback, probably not even arguably no more, a top 5 quarterback, arguably the best quarterback in football. I can make that argument right now. Whatever Bleacher Preacher's dumbass wants to say, I can make that argument right now. Bleacher Preacher can go ahead and keep his Dak Prescott. I'll take my Deshaun Watson. Thank you very much. Okay, so Deshaun Watson's value is skyrocket, and anybody would be they would love to have a Deshaun Watson on their team. I think a lot of people have gone away from that. There's been a lot of hate towards his way, and I just think Deshaun Watson overall is still a damn good quarterback. Let's throw away some of the hate that we've grown all of a sudden on him. Like, the dude is still amazing. He can still ball out. And look, I know if he goes to the Jets, that's not good for his career. And I love Robert Saleh. I love Mike McDaniels, the offensive coordinator. I think it was Mike McDaniels he grabbed for the offense. Yeah, it was, because Brandon Staley grabbed Mike LaFleur, I believe. Oh my goodness. Mike LaFleur and Justin Herbert. You're going to see a Gary Kubiak type offense for Justin Herbert. That's going to be amazing to see. I'm going to be tuning into a few Charger games. You best believe that. I love watching some Justin Herbert. But a Deshaun Watson in a Mike McDaniel system with the Jets, that's going to be exciting. Again, we always wanted a mobile quarterback for Gary Kubiak, and Deshaun Watson could have been that. He can be that now with the New York Jets with who's his receivers? Rashad Perryman and Jamison Crowder. And look, a lot of people are going to be laughing, but Deshaun Watson elevated Kiki QT and Chad Hansen. So let's be real. I have a lot of question marks still at the wide receiver position for the Houston Texans, because if Deshaun Watson is not the quarterback, and you are telling me dead in my face, Brandon Cooks, Chad Hansen, Kiki QT, Stevie Mitchell, Isaiah Coulter, who we haven't seen what Isaiah Coulter can do, but you telling me those 5 guys with, let's say, like Louis Saint, Zach Wilson at QB, with a rookie quarterback? No. Brandon Cook, yeah, I can see Brandon Cooks. He could hold his own. Kiki QT can't hold his own. Chad Hansen, I need to see what can they do without Deshaun Watson for me to have a fair opinion on the wide receiver position. But as of now, I think that's a huge question mark as well for the Texans, is the wide receiver position, because other than Brandon Cooks, I don't see nobody else on that wide receiving core that's going to give me what I know they can give me. I know Brandon Cooks is going to be relatively consistent from week 1 to week 17, so, and then a few quarterbacks the Texans should be looking at, since I've seen y'all dropped a few names on the chat. Trey Lance, and the one guy, Paul, he says, I'm not too fond of Lance. I take Fields over him and Zach Wilson. What I like about Trey Lance is, and the biggest comparison to him, everyone's been saying, especially Jordan from Texans Thoughts. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Randall Cobb, his dumbass. Anyway, over there taking my money. My goodness, Bill O'Brien. We're not going to talk about that. I don't get upset on this damn live stream. I don't even be doing that right now, Louis. My goodness. But Trey Lance, and everyone said that. Jordan from Texans Thoughts have said it, and I completely agreed. It's someone I thought right away he looked like, and it's Josh Allen. We saw the arm strength being portrayed at the pro day. I'm sorry. First of all, if anybody saw Travis Etienne gaining 15 pounds and still running a 440, my goodness, that guy is going to be just a baller. I mean, I think that's a slam dunk pick. And I don't care what y'all say, but I'd love to see him on the Ravens. I'm telling you right now, the Ravens could have a 3 running back system, Travis Etienne, J.K. Dobbins, and what's his name? Gus Edwards. That's exciting. That is exciting. And yes, I forgot his name. I didn't write it down either. But yeah, I did see that defensive end running a 4.3. Yes, we said that correctly. Louis said that correctly. A defensive end ran a 4.3. I need to see weight and height as well, but he did not look slender. I will say that. I got to look it up again one more time because I did forget the name and I didn't write it down. Again, my fault. But Trey Lance, I do like. He needs to improve his accuracy, which can be a problem at times for him. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I know what you're talking about, Louis. But yeah, Trey Lance is a guy that does need to improve his accuracy. Ooh, burp. Excuse me. Trey Lance is a guy that needs to improve his accuracy. He's got that strong arm, big body type of guy like a Josh Allen. He can be mobile. So I see him basically being classified like another Josh Allen. So hopefully that's what he is. That's pretty much would be his ceiling for me, and his floor would be someone. And y'all are gonna hate me for saying this. His floor could be someone like Brock Osweiler. Like, bro, that would be hilarious. Anyway, Paxton Lynch vibes. Anyway, another quarterback, like he said, Justin Fields. Is that Josh Fields? No, Josh Fields with the Astros. Was an Astro. We got Jordan for that dumbass. Anyway, Justin Fields. What do you want for the Texans this season? What do I want for the Texans this season? Deep sigh. Because overall, if I don't have Deshaun Watson, I know that this season is not going to look really good. And I also know with David Coley being a bottom three quarters, head coach in the league, he's somewhere between 25 and 32 in terms of coach rank. I mean, I don't even know if he's the best coach in this division. And that's including another rookie head coach in Urban Meyer. So that's tough. What do I want to see from the Texans this season? Hopefully, perfect world. Deshaun Watson is your quarterback, and there's no longer a problem with him being in the Houston Texans. Does that happen? Probably not. But I would love to see it. I would love to see a Deshaun Watson back with the Texans, him being fully locked and loaded and ready. You know, like he said, he masturbated and he's ready to go. I mean, activated and ready to go. So I imagine this guy turns out to be the best coach of all time. I'd be going crazy. If he's the best coach of all time at 65, damn, David Coley must have won 5 Super Bowls in a row before he had a heart attack on the field or something. And I God forbid he gets a heart attack on the field. That's not funny whatsoever, but I did laugh because I like me some dark humor. But if he turns out to be the best coach ever, JX Kesta, okay? If he turns out to be that'd be hilarious on no cap. Yeah, for real. If he's gonna be best coach of all time, he better do like me and Madden, where I win like 5 Super Bowls in a row and say, you know what? I'm tired of this team. It's too good. I want to leave and go to another team and redo them and rebuild them. I'm a guy that likes, not in real life, no, but I'm a guy in Madden that I will play as a coach, and then I will build the team up, make them extremely, extremely good, you know, top to bottom and all that. And, you know, I'll have it with salary cap on until it annoys me, and then I'll turn off salary cap. And then we see insane contracts, boy. Woo! Boy, we be seeing guys like Earl Mitchell getting 2 years, $20 million, you know, like PJ Tucker getting 2 years, $24 million guaranteed. That guy ain't never getting that goddamn money. Dumbass fool. Anyway. Yeah, I'm that type of guy that loves building up the team. And then when I get tired of winning, which I do, then I leave the team, go choose a different team that sucks, that's like 0-16 or whatever, and just make them better, you know? So that's what I do in Madden all the time. Bro, imagine if NFL was like MLB and had no salary cap. then it would be absolutely horrible because the big market teams would be the ones that rule the cap, So your New York Jets and your New York Giants, your New England Patriots, and they already ruled NFL for a while. Like, ugh, who do you think would be the Yankees of the NFL? Probably the Jets. Jets or Giants because they're New York. I mean, obviously. Next is if Watson buys in, he will elevate Coley, if that makes sense. Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of coaches get hired because of players. I mean, let's be real. You got a lot of players that should be getting checks from these coaches because they've made them really, really good, So yeah, if Deshaun Watson plays, yeah, David Coley is gonna look good, And just because Nick Cassera is gonna build a decent roster around Deshaun Watson, you've seen these 1-year deals. Does Deshaun Watson buy in for this 1 year for the Houston Texans? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But overall, if anybody wants to drop a few questions in the chat right now, I still got plenty of time. It's this chat. This has been going on right at an hour. So if anybody got a few questions for me, I will answer them in the next few minutes. But overall, this is another success. A few more people watching this time. So cool. Every Friday I will be doing this. I talk Texans, Rockets, Astros, upcoming things on my YouTube channel. I got. If nobody knows who Andy Yanez is, I will be talking about him later in my videos. But Andy Yanez is a guy that works for the University of Houston as a media guy. I know him very personally from Yes Prep, where I graduated from. He's going to be coming onto my channel, and we're going to be talking some Houston Cougars, not the ladies, the mascots. And they're going to be exciting to fun and watch. March Madness is coming. I'm excited for that just because we didn't have it last year. So I can't wait for that. That's going to be somebody, pretty big, actually. The guy my age, no, 2 years younger. Oh, my goodness. God, I remember when he was a sixth grader. I'm old. Anyway, got a question. Do you think the Patriots, will get a backup to compete with Cam, or they're going to stick with him only? Honestly, the Pats need another quarterback. So Cam Newton is no spring chicken. It'd be different if Cam Newton was like 26, But overall, from what I saw from Cam Newton, there's games, and you look at it, and there's games where, cool, he had 300 passing yards. And then there's games where you're like, what the hell? You had 57 passing yards? The fuck? Like, bruh. So Cam Newton is a very odd cat. And I will say it. I think Cam Newton's horrible. I think he's hot garbage. I think he's just too inconsistent at this time of his career. There's going to be games where he looks good, and there's going to be games where he doesn't look good. And then there was a lot of games with the Patriots that he didn't look good, and a lot of people want to claim that to him being on the COVID list and missing a few games because of it. But overall, Cam Newton's arm is not good. It really isn't. Cam Newton's arm isn't good. He's not accurate. And the best time he was accurate was his MVP season. His best accuracy across the board, statistically, his best passing season was his MVP season, accumulated with his running attack as well. But Cam Newton isn't a spring chicken. He's a guy that I don't see. I see him being the starting quarterback, but I do see the Patriots taking a chance and getting a quarterback. Do I see them taking one in the first round? Hell no. Do I see them taking one in the second round? Some thoughts, but I still don't think so. I do think they look at a guy like Kyle Trask, someone that they could take a chance on from the 4th or 5th round. But yeah, I could see a Mac Jones going there, but I just don't see the Patriots taking one in the first round. I don't think so. I don't think Bill Belichick wants to go and do that. So I think what he's looking at is, okay, guys, look at what we did the first 5 games of the season with Cam Newton. We were really good. We didn't have a lot of our defense from last year. A lot of guys opted out because of COVID. So, let's accumulate those guys coming back. Let's get some of these draft picks. Let's have a really good draft. And let's come back next year a little bit stronger. and let's see what happens. But overall, yes, the Patriots do need to get another quarterback to have as a backup plan for Cam Newton. Bro, I was really looking forward to that game against the Chiefs, and Cam got Rona. Yeah, I was too, actually. I had that bet that the Chiefs were going to lose to the New England Patriots. I had a bet on that, and thank God the guy was cool, and he was like, now we'll just cancel the bet because of it. But yeah, any more questions anybody's got that I didn't get to, make sure y'all drop them down below. But overall, guys, this is another banger. I'm going to be wrapping things up in a few minutes. If nobody has any more questions, anything else from the channel, nothing I know of. Podcast, not doing great, so the Cougars just beat Tulane. They better. Tulane's, no. Yeah, the green wave. If your mascot is a fucking wave, like, your ass deserves to be beat. That's mean, but I speak from the heart. If your mascot is a fucking wave, like, you deserve to get your ass whooped. Let's be freaking real. Yeah, the Cougars probably whooped their ass. I haven't even looked at the score. I didn't really look into it just because 77-52, like, meh. Overall, hey, Astros lost to the Cardinals 4-3. Kyle Emanuel, 0 earned runs, over 3 innings pitched. Another guy the Houston Astros got down there. Very exciting guy to look at. Do you think the Astros are going to be trading in and out Castro and Maldonado? Yes. That's why they signed Jason Castro. Maldonado and Castro are going to be guys, or are they just going to have Castro on the bench? No, they signed Castro with the intent of taking over Maldi. And look, he's not young, okay? He's only like 3 years younger. But Maldi's like 37, I believe, right now, or 38 possibly. So, yeah, they're going to be switching both of those guys in and out. Really, it depends on the pitcher. Javier is going to have Maldonado. Like, that's just Hispanic connection, language, everything. Like, they're going to be set. Cougs beat a team 112-46 this season called Our Lady of the Lake. Yeah, there's Lady of the Lake University. I went there on a college trip one time. That campus was absolutely boring, and there's no beautiful ladies, and I didn't see a lake full of ladies. I was very upset. Anyway, Castro and Maldi will be rotating, and I do think they use Maldonado more primary, but it really depends on who has a hot bat and who's comfortable with a catcher like Castro or Maldi. Do you think Gurriel still got it? He was frustrating me in the playoffs. No cap. Yes. Yuli Gurriel will be back. We are loaded 1 through 7 until the Astros have proved me otherwise. Because with that logic, then you got to ask me the same thing about Altuve. You got to ask me the same thing about Alex Bregman. And look, I understand there's an age difference. I understand Yuli Gurriel is like 36, 37 years old. You signed him to a 2-year extension. But Yuli is very consistent. He still bats around 290 to 320. That's his batting average ballpark range. Yuli will be back. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Are the Rockets going to get a top 4 pick that could get them future stars like Jalen Green, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Suggs, or Evan Mobley? So are the Rockets going to get a top 4 pick? Man, that's tough. I want to say yes, but that's going to tell me that Christian Wood, excuse me. Ever since Christian Wood's going to be coming back, I'm not sure if they're going to continue losing. So if Wood comes back fully healthy, in which he's supposed to, I don't believe he's coming back to play this next game. I still think he's going to be sat out. But if he's back, I don't see how the Rockets lose a lot more games, and they maybe want to do a push. Trey Lance equals a bad Cam Newton. I can see the thought process. But yeah, the Rockets, would I want them to get the top 4 pick? Hell yeah. I want them to get number 1 overall and fade for Cade. Tank for Cade, buddy. Bring on in the Cade Cunningham show. And look, a lot of people are going to, question his terms of fit with, Kevin Porter Jr. and Christian Wood. I do not give a damn. I mean, the Rockets going to be on a huge loss against the best team in the NBA, Utah Jazz, who are missing Oladipo, Wood, Wall, Eric Gordon. What else is new? What else is new, my man? The Rockets will continue the losing streak, fade for Cade, get the number 1 pick, and give me Cade Cunningham, a guy that's a 6'8" point forward. You don't see that many times in the NBA, a point forward. So give me him. KPJ, Christian Wood, I don't care about fitting them or whatsoever. Give me the best 5 on an NBA court. If you give me the best 5 players on a court, I will beat almost any lineup every single day. So just, pass from that. And then you see what the Nets are doing. You look at Nets, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and Kevin Durant. I mean, all 3 of those guys are primary ball handlers. They're making it work, my dudes. Like, the Nets are legit. And it's time, man. I want to see what they can do against the Lakers. It was sad that they didn't have Anthony Davis when they played them. But, man, they look legit. And defensively, they're not the greatest team. That's going to be a weakness, of course, as the playoffs continue. But, man, they're a force. There was another question. Let's see. Oh, no, it wasn't. Bro, ever since you said that thing in your video about keeping Correa, Bregman, and Pena in the infield, I've been thinking about it a lot. It'd be crazy. Yeah, that would be crazy. I would love to see, I love Altuve. I just don't see that happening. I like it. It's a good idea. I love Altuve too much. I don't see Altuve at all leaving. Altuve is a guy that will be your second baseman for the foreseeable future, unless he just has a down year and the Astros think they can move on. But I think Jeremy Pena is on the come up for the Astros. I think this guy is going to be really freaking good. You got another guy down there too in Fruitis Nova. So one of these 2 guys, look, it's going to be tough to not trade them. But if it gets bad for your starting pitching, let's say there's a bad injury or something, knock on wood, and this is fake wood, so we're fucked. But no, all jinxes aside, the Houston Astros, knock on wood, barring injury from the starting pitching, because I think that's what that could potentially happen. I could see a Fruitis Nova getting traded for a pitcher sometime, and hopefully the Mets are still struggling. I'd love to get Noah Syndergaard or Jacob deGrom, but that's a whole nother pipe dream. What's up? Hey, what's up, Carlos? How do you rate Casario so far? 1 out of 10. 1 to 10, I guess that's what you mean. 1 out of 10. I would not say that. How do I rate Casario right now? I give him a solid 7. I give him a 7. He signed Christian Kirk. I love the 1-year deals. And you're getting guys and you're not overpaying them like last year with dumbass Bill O'Brien, dumbass butt shit. You're not overpaying guys. You're not giving the Eric Murrays of the world 2 years, $24 million or whatever obscene, number cap amount was that. You're not cutting guys like Tayshaun Gibson for no reason whatsoever. Like, that didn't make no sense, because he had a potential beef with Tayshaun Gibson or whatnot. So you got smarter contracts being paid out. 1 year is $4.5 million. Would you make him have what? What would make you have him at 10? Ooh, that's a damn good question. If Nick Casario is a 10 out of 10, that means that 2 scenarios. A, we got Deshaun Watson back. Probably not happening. So scenario B, for him to be a 10 out of 10, you get the most value you can in the Deshaun Watson trade. Like, the most value. Damn it, Casario. That is a damn good trade. We are set up for the future, and we got picks on picks on picks. You know what I'm saying? Stacks on stacks on stacks. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got everything flowing. You got picks. You get a good draft. You're trading down. You're getting good players. Like, he's nailing not only the first round like Rick Smith was, but he's also nailing the very good second and third and fourth and fifth round guys, and most of your, your second to fourth rounders, second, third, fourth rounders, fifth rounders, they're going to be tough. But Overall, that is what needs to happen. And now I'm asking for a lot. But Nick Casario, look, he didn't come into a great situation. And this isn't a great situation for him to begin with Deshaun Watson, wanting out and not wanting to do anything with the Houston Texans. But like I said, if he knocks it out the park with draft picks and a damn good trade that he can complete, or he brings back Deshaun Watson, those are the only two things that I see happening. But no, those are one thing I don't see happening. One thing I can see happening. And hopefully he knocks it out of the park with this draft. I'm excited. A lot of people are like, well, we don't got no first round picks. I don't give a damn, bro. I love the draft. And I've been a fan of the draft forever. Like, my dad knows this. Like, I'll be like, man, I know, oh, man. There'll be a guy I'm taking in the 4th, 5th, 6th rounds. And I'm like, oh, man, I would have loved to have got that guy. My dad's looking at me like, who the fuck is that dude? Like Amik Robertson, or, I think his name was James Lynch or whatever. Like, I watched that conference with Coley, and he looked pissed every time they would ask about their future with Deshaun Watson. Like I referenced earlier, you could have asked David Coley anything. Hey, David Coley, do you like Kentucky Fried Chicken? Deshaun Watson is a Houston Texan. Hey, David Coley, do you like getting your nails painted? Deshaun Watson is a Houston Texan. Hey, David Coley, we saw you with Jack Easterby in a room. No, we don't know how to explain that. Deshaun Watson is a Houston Texan. Like, that was just a broken record. I've already referenced that already. But I think I'm going to wrap things up, guys. If nobody got any more questions, anything else, I'm about to wrap this up. This is another banger, my boys. Every Friday, like I said, I'll be doing these live streams about Rockets, Astros, Texans, anything y'all want to talk about. Make sure y'all let me know what it is. Y'all got any questions? Make sure y'all DM me at TheLead_HOU or on Instagram at TheLead_HTX. That's the socials. My name's Harley Dugan. That's pretty much it, boys. Peace. As always, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. No matter how bad the Rockets play, y'all have a blessed day. Ending stream. End it. There we go.